นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะพุทธังธัมมังสังฆังนะมะสามิขยะวยะธัมมาสังขาราอัปปมาเทนะสัมปาเทธาติ Okay, so before I start the talk, I start with when we arrive here, Lorm asked me how often I came here. So I told Lorm, I didn't came here, I stay here. This is my picture over there. That too. So I was here all along. You know, how many years now? 16 years, right? We have this building. 16 years. Oh. Huh? 16. Okay. So I was here all along. So whoever come here sit. So I know who are you coming in, who are not coming and chanting. So actually, I think I came here very often. Only during the COVID, I didn't come for a few years. But the rest, I almost come here every Wesak. So because I have to join the group for translation. So the time of Wesak, which is the most important time of all the Buddhists, I always away from my monastery. But okay, I come here and I think to meet with you and on Wesak day, this is the place where I will be. And this year, it's a very special year because I mentioned yesterday is the 12th round of Buddha enter Parinibbana. He passed away on the year of snake years. And this is 214 round. So if you time 214 times 12, 216, right? 216 times 12 is 2,568. So this is the round of the time where the Buddha passed away. And the Pali verse that I start in the beginning is the last word of the Buddha. He uttered this word, Khaya Vaya Dhamma Sankhara, all conditions are decaying, disappearing. Appama Thena Sampa Theta. Therefore, you, all of us, should strive on with diligence, without heedlessness. So basically, you can see that this last sentence is probably the most important thing. That why he leave us with this short sentence, but it's full of meaning. The first part of this sentence is described what we call Satya Dhamma. What is the reality of the world? Everything is changing, it's shifting, changing all the time. Moving to the next thing, There are no permanent, fixed entity that is stay all the time. And this is probably different from our own idea. We want to have something, what we call self, that is fixed, that is permanent, that is happy and will last long, no end, no die. You want us to be that, but that entity is never happened. It's our illusion or our delusion, whatever you think you have. So that's why in the Buddhism, it's almost the opposite of other religion. Other religion, they will say, "This is me. That too is me." So they identify themselves with everything and feel very, very grand, very great. That's one way of getting the meditation, though. You can get very strong meditation. But the word that the Buddha say again and again is, "This is not me. This I am not. This is not myself." So everything that come, because we just automatically grasp on this, and then here we go. The body, it should be mine, right? Because this is we. Every time we look in the mirror, but which one is your body? Every cell, every molecule of your body is all changing, right? Moment by moment. We are part. The food that we eat this morning is now get absorbed and now become part of our body, and all the part of the thing that we excrete every day. So this is a thing that we misidentify with this as we, and then we get trapped in this samsara. And then the second half of this is say appamathena sampateta. Therefore, you shouldn't be heedless. Because there are two parts. First is Satya Dhamma, what is reality, and the second part is called Jariya Dhamma, what to do with it. It's not like okay, everything is changing, therefore let things fall apart. Because we trap in this, we have to strive to get out. We have to learn to disengage, to dislodge from this wrong view, from this wrong the whole thing. We have to train ourselves to look it in different way, able to be free. So that's why this sentence is very deep meaning. But we, as a Buddhist, sometimes we doesn't look at the teaching of the Buddha in the whole thing. Like I mentioned yesterday, we know that on Wesak we have a birth, enlightenment, and parinibbana, passing away. But we love the birth part because we have this kind of flower, this pouring the water and all these things. With the baby Buddha, it's so cute, I just be back from China. In China, they make the cartoon, all this little Buddha, in the tourist place. The Buddha is like a baby, everything very, very cute. So I think they can sell anything that make money. But sometimes I think the symbol of Buddha should be preserved for something high, rather than because you already have the cutie little animal, all these things. But the Buddha is this symbol is very rare to have this day. The symbol of peace, the symbol of transcendental wisdom, which is super mundane. So I think that's why I prefer to have the Buddha as more kind of respect object rather than kind of mundane, and you can play with it. And I think this is something wrong with our society these days. We try to expand ourselves into everything. We call it positive, excessive positive. Everything is the extension of ourselves. So we forget that there's another side, the negative, the other that we have to learn. Because the other is not what we want it to be. It have their own rule and law of it. That sometimes we have to give up ourselves in order to understand what the other means. So this is the sentence that the Buddha leaves us with this. And once a year on Visakha, at least people at least thinking of him. But actually, I think the story of the Buddha is not only just for the Buddha; it's for every one of us. The Buddha is just what we call the archetype, the role model of that. Because this kind of theme or this motive is within all of us. All of us are seeking for thing that is. What is the goodness in the world? The thing that makes Bodhisattva Bodhisattva is the searching for the goodness. Anything that's good in the world, but not good in the in the mundane way, but good in the sense of able to transcend and put down all the suffering. The Buddha, one of the search is just exactly like that. Can I find the kusala? The word the Buddha used, the word kusala, wholesome. In Buddhist concept, the idea of good and idea of smart or clever is go in the same direction. Because sometimes people have a feeling like you are good but you are stupid. You couldn't catch up with the world. If you want to be smart, you have to be kind of tricky and all this, not so straight. But in Buddhism, no, actually, if you are smart, then you should be good because you know what is causing condition. You want happy, and also other people also want to be happy. If you harm other people, sooner or later they will get back to you. So how can it be clever when you take advantage of other? So the real smart one is the one who think not only for oneself but for the people around them as well. So in Buddhism, the goodness, the truth, and the beautiful is the same thing. It doesn't go in different direction. In the world, they just have the truth. You live it with the science. Science can tell you the truth. Nowadays, people believe science, but I'm not sure now people start to be suspicious about science now because of this bad reputation. But in many ways, we still trust science in many things to be true, because science can at least make the technology for us to use. And the goodness, we leave it to religions. Many religions tell you what the goodness. And many religion who is based on God, they have a lot of problems because people stop believing in God. So they don't have anything to ground their goodness. Like many atheists, they're lost. They don't have any direction. Because if God is not there, is not tell you what to do, then everything is permissible. How can you tell this is good, this is bad? I like this. You don't like this, it's your problem. So it have a lot of morality problems in the world because they don't have any. They can't create this universal law that binds everything together. So goodness they leave to the religious. With most of the religious with God, they have a problem because people nowadays, modern day, they not believe in God. And then beautiful, they leave it to art. And art these days is pretty weird. You look in the art and this is what we call beautiful. It's just very weird the way they have like modern art and other thing. So in the world, these things go chaos. They don't have any line, any order people can understand. And this world full of people who competing for power, to dominate other. That's why we get into the trouble this day. But in Buddhism, we see each other as the same nature. We living beings. We have the same nature of we want to be happy. We don't want to be suffer. So that very fundamental, and it's not only human beings. Human beings is same nature. Also animal. Also the one who have beings. So our morality extends toward all living beings. That's why the word metta, loving kindness, compassion, is not just in group and us and them, but it includes for all beings. So when we chant this metta, we have the sense of the compassion the Buddha gives to the world. And then the truth is exactly if you see the truth like the Buddha see. The Buddha say, if you know the truth as I know, you will not just eat without giving first. So that in the hallway there, by Venerable Akhachitta. But it's a saying of the Buddha. So if you know the the meaning of giving and the result of giving, you will give it, especially within this your area, your village. Anybody who have morality, any ethic more than you, you want to search that person and then give that. And you want to be part of that goodness in the world. So that is very smart. The Buddha also said the wise one will find out who is a holy man in the area and come and offering the requisite and learn from them. So the truth, the goodness, and the beauty. The beauty, this is like the art of living. I think many religions, they perplex about Buddhism. Because we don't fit into the category of religion. Sometimes they think Buddhism is just philosophy. But because they don't have a Sangha, that's why they think Buddhism is philosophy. But Buddhism is more than that, It's because we have a Sangha, so everything the Buddha teaches is not just philosophy, it's practical. Buddha laid down many rules that is govern the monks, but actually whatever the Buddha laid out, this is what we call the art of living. How can we live in such a way that can create harmony in the society, that we can achieve the highest kind of training, be able to penetrate to the truth. We are the holder of this Dhamma, and in the meantime, giving an opportunity for the community to support you, and have the model people as a central, as a role model of the community. I think that is very, very wise setting that the Buddha started, and this is probably what we call the art of living, how to live it beautifully. Not in the terms of material thing, but in the terms of the mental. When you have the holy man keep up the what we call the holy life, what we call the brahmacharya. The brahmacharya means the higher form of living like a Brahma. So rather than worship the God in the crowd, we don't know where, and we don't know what the God is, but the God that we can practice what God like the Brahma Vihara. We can dwell in the abiding of the God. When we have metta, karuna, mudita, upekha, loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity, then that is the dwelling place of the God. And all this, the thing that the monk do is actually is a God in action, the God that gives opportunity to communicate and opportunity for people to share in their merit. So this is what I call the art of living. So in the Buddha time, this is very important to have that kind of setup. And actually, Buddhism is very concerned with education. We have the word Traisikha. The word Sikha is what we call the education. I think it's have that concept. This day, what we say education is more like a training for your job training. Because if you want to have education, it means you want to know what is the cause and condition for good and bad, right? For happiness and suffering. What is good and what is bad? What caused suffering? What caused happiness? And that should be the main thing of education, not just the skill to calculate and all these things. I think the world is in trouble because people don't understand what education is. It just prepare you for the job market, which is nowadays is going to be shaky because AI is getting better than human now. So we don't know in the future what job we're going to be, what the AI can't do that human can do. But if you know the education in Buddhist sense, it's very simple. Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. How can we educate people to have a morality, have a conduct, 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts. This is very important thing for them to learn. That this is the fundamental to have the good society. You need to have that. Actually, this precept is not even for the Buddhists. Every religion they have this. how can live together without harming each other. I have a friend who from Canada. Now he come from the family. He's not Buddhist, but his family is very keen to create a community that can live together harmoniously. So in Canada, they're quite very, what you call, very determined to make that happen. The one who ordained with me, he said in his early year, he never watched television. His mother just let him watch television, and they have in the like a commune kind of thing, and they lived in the society where they come up with the rules. And I asked him what kind of rule did they have. Actually, it turned out to be pretty similar to 5 precepts. Yeah, you have to not harming each other, of course, right? And not stealing, taking what is not giving, respect family, and then tell the truth. Only number 5 is difficult because they are in the Canada. It's very cold, so they have to drink to keep warm. But pretty close, mainly that even you come from no religion at all, when you had to lie down on the road, then 5 precepts is basically minimum there. So they able to create this harmonious society. It's called the sila. So this is what we call the true education that we can train our young to learn. Because if you break precept, that means you don't understand life. you not even know what's going on. Like the precept is very fundamental. The 5 precepts for the lay people is if you don't have precept, you don't have any foundation. Actually, the word human is the meaning of human is to have high mind. What is meant by high mind? The mind that is live up like more than animal. Animal they don't know. They don't. You can't teach the cat to not eat the mouse, because they instinct, right? But you can teach human being to refrain. Even though maybe I don't like you, but I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna hurt you. I mean, you can train the human being like that. So this is what we call the education or the sila, and then the samadhi is the name of all these things, that quality of the mind that we have to cultivate. But samadhi is the highest one. But you have many things that you have to train, like be patient, be grateful, be generous, be compassion. There's so many things that anything to do with the mind. And then the last one, panya, is about the view, the wisdom. So this day we very confused about information. Information is not knowledge, and knowledge is not wisdom. So you have to know that each one you can get many information, but you can get confused. The information is just data. You need to put that into a story that makes sense and become knowledgeable in that particular area. But to be wise is even more difficult because you have to crystallize and have this concept. What is the good and bad thing? And then the truth is even higher than wisdom. So it requires a lot of penetrate, a lot of power of meditation to understand the first sentence of the Buddha. Every sankhara is impermanent, it's unconditioned. So you have many levels of it. So basically the second part, apamatina sampatita, not to be heedless. It means you have to educate yourself in this sila, samadhi, and panya, so that you can be understanding what's going on in the world. So this is basically the thing that the Buddha lived with us. And every year on Wesak, we recollect on this quality. And the Buddha quality have 3: the compassion, the wisdom, and the purity. Right. So when we take the the incense, normally we take these three, represent each one of this quality of the Buddha. So the quality of this compassion, when we say Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa, the Namo tassa bhagavato is normally we translate as the blessed one, but bhagavato is mean the one who can divide the Dhamma. So it's representative of the compassion, because he able to find out which beings need which Dhamma, and he can give you exactly what you need. So that's the great compassion of the Buddha of all the Parami. So when we say Namo tassa bhagavato, the bhagavato is compassion, and arahato we translate as the one who is far away from kilesa. So this is the purity of his pure. And then Samma Sambuddha is wisdom. He knows Sambuddha. So when we say this short word, Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa, is all these three qualities of the Buddha in just one sentence. So when we pay respect to this teacher, this great master, then we in line with this. We understand the purpose of who we are. What is the direction. Everybody have different path. They enter the education in different level. Some people are beginning on the path. Some people are further along the path. But we support each other. That's why we form this community, the Sangha, where people can more experience, can guide the one who come later along the path. So that's why in Buddhism, in the Buddhist land, it's not philosophy, it becomes the art of living. How can you live in such a way that can create harmony? And we have to know the truth. And once you know the truth, your minds become beautiful, and your goodness, your conduct, your expression toward the world is not harming, but actually supporting. It's like you know the tree, and you know exactly what the tree is capable of. You see the flower, you see everything. So you want to nourish that and bring the tree to fulfillment. So you take a good care of the garden. So that kind of the sense of appreciate the thing that the Buddha left behind, the Dhamma and Vinaya that he left. Because when he passed away, he left the Dhamma and Vinaya, which is very uncommon. In those days, you should appoint one teacher. Otherwise, the teaching will lost. It's a problem again with no successor. But the Buddha is very confident. He said, the Dhamma that I already teach you, Vinaya that they lay down, that can be your teacher. So he doesn't appoint anybody. But anybody who can follow this Dhamma, follow training under that Vinaya, then they know they can lead the community. So this is the almost like the legacy of the Buddha that he lived with us. And this year it happened to be the Wesak Puja is coincide with the Mother Day as well. Second week in May, many in the continent, like in America, in Italy, in many places, they have a Mother Day on this same day. So I think it's very coincidental, but it's very important because see the mother have two kind of mother. One is called the mother in the samsara, the one who show you or who bring you in the samsara. This is what we call the mother. Right? You have a father and mother. I hope everybody have one. So this is the one who basically take you to the samsara. But the Buddha, in a way, he also the mother as well. Right? The monk, we have the name Dhammacho, born of the Dhamma. So we born out of the teaching of the Buddha. So the Buddha is our mother in the sense that he's the one who is showing the way out of samsara. So you come in the samsara, and then the Buddha also show you how to get out. So when you have these two mothers work together, then that's very good, because you're not trapped in the samsara. You have the way out. See, the concept of the God in the Western world is the creator, the one who creates, right? So you can see that that's a function of the mother who created you. But then the function of the Buddha is to teach. The teacher, we always say again and again, teacher. So the teacher is he not create, but he show you that, okay, what is it like the world is like this. The world is vaya dhamma sankhara. The world is all changing, all suffering, or it's not self. So the way out is the nibbana. So they always, the mother bring you in the samsara. But you also have to thank them as well, because if it's not them, you will not have a chance to understand samsara, right? So you need to know the samsara, well able to get out of it. So the mother in the samsara, so we can call the creator or whatever, and the mother who point the way out, which is the Buddha. That's why in his teaching, you look at his hand, you look at this Buddha image behind me, this hand of turning the wheel. Okay? What is the meaning of this? You're sitting here, coming here many times. Do you know the meaning of this part? You call it a mudra. Mudra. And this is a mudra of turning the wheel. Turning the wheel. When the first sermon of the Buddha, when they give, we call Dhamma Cakkappa Vatana Sutta. Dhamma Cakkappa. Dhamma Cak is mean the wheel of Dhamma. Vatana is mean turning. Okay? So this is the thing that the Buddha get enlightened, and that when he enlightened, he know by himself. But now he have to communicate that to people to know what is his understanding, what he's enlightened about. So he used this mudra to teach. So basically, what he discovered is there are four truths in the world. The suffering, this one, the first one, suffering, right? And the origin of suffering. This is the left hand, suffering, and the origin of suffering. Okay, what is suffering? Have you chanted the books? Do the chanting books? Birth is suffering. Old age, sickness, death is suffering. Right? Separation from the like. Have to association with the dislike. Okay, what else? Get what one doesn't get what one wants, right? In brief, the 5 focus of identity, 5 khandha, is dukkha. So if you don't understand these 5 things, you not understand dukkha. What is 5 group of existence? The rupa, material, vedana, feeling, sanya, perception, sankhara, mental formation, and vijnana, consciousness. Okay, so this is called the 5 aggregate or suffering. This is what we call me and mind. This body, this is mind, feeling, perception, mental formation, consciousness. So this is what we call the suffering, and we getting born again and again. We born, old age, sickness, and death, and then we born again. Go on and on and on like that. This is the suffering. It's we trap. See, the suffering is the first truth that the Buddha discovered. And when the Buddha, remember, he was in the palace and he was trapped. His father doesn't let him out, so he have to sneak out. So what did he find outside the castle? He find the sick people, old people, right, and dead people, and then he saw the samana, he saw the monk, saw the way out. So this is the first truth that he discovered, this kind of samsara. And then, what is the cause of that? Cause of that is craving, right? Tanha. Yes, tanha. There are three types of tanha: craving for sensual pleasure, craving for existence, craving for non-existence. So this is the main cause of suffering. You're suffering because you crave, you want it to be this and that. You want to get this, you want to get the good sight, good sound, good taste, good touch. You want to be this, be that. And then you don't want to be this, you want to be that. So that all fell into this thing. And because of this craving, you trap into this samsara. So this is the first two truths that the Buddha discovered. But if it's just only these two truths, then there will be no way out. There will be bad news for us. So this truth actually is already there. We don't need the Buddha to do this. This is what they call, this is the mother in samsara, the God creator. Actually, if you say the God creator is the God is the cause of this thing, it just make things on and on and on like that. So this is the what we call the part of the world, what we call Satya Dhamma, the fact of the world. When the Buddha said Vayatama Sankhara, he talked about this. All the condition impermanent. Okay, because it's construct. Because you want something, so you put things together and you create something, and you hold on to it, and it go their own way. You suffer. It go on and on like that. And you grasp on the next thing and the next thing, and it's never end. Because you not know that this is just a suffering that you are looking for. You're looking for what you want. You want the permanent happiness, but it's not. It's in there. It's not in here. You can't find permanent happiness in this samsara, in this sankhara, because things are construct. Okay, so this is the first and second noble truth. So what is the solution? This is nirodha, ending, emptiness. So this is the end of, actually end of what? It's end of craving. Right? You want to end suffering, but you can't end suffering. You can only know suffering. Suffering is a subject of knowing. Or you have to end the craving. Okay? The suffering is like the smoke. Craving is like a fire. Okay? When you see the smoke out of the building, how can you put out the smoke? You can't. You have to look for the source. Okay, where is the fire? And put out the fire. Right? So you have to cut. So the nirodha, or the end of suffering, is to stop craving, the end of craving. And when you have no craving, then suffering will follow. When you don't want it, then it's like the fire. When you put out the fire, the smoke will be there for a while, and it's all because there's no new smoke. The old smoke will be gone. Right? So this is the end of suffering. But how can we get to this end of suffering? There's a path toward this. Noble Eightfold Path. So what is Noble Eightfold Path? It's a three training: Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So the thing that I told you, because the Noble Eightfold Path is the summary, it's kind of expansion of this threefold training. Okay, so the right view and right intention is part of wisdom. Right speech, right action, right livelihood is a sila, morality, and right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. This is samadhi. So this three is called the threefold training that lift us up. That we are better than all animals because we are high mind. Why do we high mind? Because we can train ourselves We can train to be moral. We can train to have concentration. We can know, we can learn, we can understand what it is, what's going on here. So this is what separates us from animal, because we have that potential. And the Buddha knows that everybody of us have this Buddha nature. So we have to train this. Okay, so if we not train, we're gonna trap in this. It's like a mother that get you in the samsara. Go on and on and on without ending. In Buddha time, they use the simile of the banana trunk. You know banana trunk? Some of you know, some of you don't know. I think the young generation these days, they don't know where the banana come from anymore. Because in the old day, in my day, banana trunk is all over the place. My toys always make of banana trunks, But nowadays, I think people get banana from supermarket, so they have no idea what banana trunk is. So the Buddha compared the sankhara is like banana trunk. When you cut it, it doesn't have any essence. It is very soft. You can't build a house with banana trunk because it don't have any true core of anything. So because we have to change the simile. This day when I teach the young generation, when I say banana trunk, they have the empty face. They don't know what it is. So I say, okay, fine. Okay, how about onion? I think probably if you know onion, you can go to the supermarket and you find this onion to cook. You need onion, right? So onion is heavily everything like a banana trunk. When you cut onion, it's just a ring, right? Ring on top of each other, like ring down to the end. It doesn't have any core existence. You want to find core, it just say. So this is a representative of this suffering. Now, when you cut onion, it's no core, it's emptiness. You are searching who is my real me. It's no real you. It's just in onion. It's just a ring of proliferation of formation. And an onion, when you cut it, what happens? You cry, right? Yeah. When you try to search for your own true self, a lot of sadness. These days people fighting over identity. I'm male, I'm female, I'm LGBT, whatever. Who is your real you? What you talking about? You be born everything. You've been a man, you've been a woman, you've been everything. So it's kind of weird. People are looking for that and search for the identity. But it's just the onion. And the onion, is O-N-I-O-N, right? How you spell onion? O-N-I-O-N. It's on and on with I in the middle. That what we are. We are try to be. We think we are somewhere in between there, but we go on and on and on, create I out of this, and we never satisfy. How many lives we do that for? In the beginning, we thought, okay, when I have this toy, I'm gonna be happy. How long can you happy for? Okay, now when I got number one in the class, I will be happy. Now when I got a good job, I will be happy. Now when I got this girl or this guy, I will be happy. It's never end. And you never have a real true happiness because thing you have is condition, it's change. So this is what we call on and on with I in the middle. And you close to it, you cry. Basically, it's a property of onion. It doesn't bring you any essence, because this is the nature of the world. Kaya vaya Dhamma sankhara. Whatever you crave. Why do you want to crave these five khandha? Because it doesn't bring you any fulfilling. It doesn't bring you the true happiness. Because it's changing. Why do we want the thing that change? We are human. We can hope for better than that. So the Buddha talked about this nirodha, this ending of these five aggregate. This rup, vedana, sanya, sankhara, viññāna. This is called aggregate. Okay, this is called when the Buddha said, what is the suffering? He said, in summary, the five subjects of clinging is suffering. His summary to us, okay? Rupa, material, feeling, perception, sanya, sankhara, mental formation, viññāna, and consciousness. This is what we identify as ourselves. But this is another one. This is called the Dhamma khandha. Okay, what is Dhamma khandha? Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Okay, training. And then Vimutti, release. Vimutti Yana Hasana, seeing the release. Okay, so this is also Khanda, but it's called Dhamma Khanda. Okay, so this is the wheel that the Buddha turned. This thing you don't need to turn, it's already turned. It's already on and on and on. You don't need the Buddha, and we are trapped in that. Okay, but this is the wheel that the Buddha talking about, the right one. This is the wrong one. This is the right one. Okay, the right hand is the right path. This is the middle path. The Noble Eightfold Path, summary into 3: Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. And this is release and release. So this wheel is up, not like this. This wheel is kind of lay down. You don't have to do anything. It's default. But this wheel you have to lift up. It's the wheel of turning that the Buddha turned the wheel. Up to this day, it's still turning. Right? It will turn for 5,000 years. We already in the middle, but it's still turning. Okay. So this is the thing that the Buddha point out, that there exists the end of suffering. But you have to practice, you have to cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path. Once you cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path, you will realize what Nibbana is. Okay, so this is our mission, our path. Everybody that have Buddha nature, I mean everybody have Buddha nature. They can train themselves. We are human, we understand. It may take longer for somebody, but we are on the same path because we want to be free from suffering. We want to be happy. We want to find the final liberation. So this is the wheel that the Buddha turned on that day, and nowadays it's still turning. Okay, so the dukkha we have to realize it. Okay, the samudaya, the craving, we have to abandon it. The nirodha we have to realize. Magga, path we have to cultivate, we have to develop. So when we say we come to practice Dhamma, we try to do this, try to practice this Noble Eightfold Path. So this is the life of going on and on and on. It's called samsara with no ending. This is not okay. This is okay. So if your life doesn't have nirodha and magga, your life is not okay. Your life is trapped in this. It's gonna be no end. And somebody don't know that life is like this. They think the suffering, they suffer so much and they kill themselves. And they thought when they kill themselves there will be end. No, they kill the wrong thing. They have to kill craving. If they kill their body, the craving is still there. Actually, you kill your body because you have this vibhava tanha, craving for non-existence. So you come right back, probably with the worst kind of existence, because you do it with a bad intention. It's unwholesome. So next time you're probably not able to get this human being. You might be lower kind of form of existence. So you don't know what is Four Noble Truths, and then you don't act with it properly. The suffering is not something that you can destroy. You can't. You can only know it. Okay? The body and mind, birth, old age, sickness, and death, you can only recognize it and understand it. Life is like this. Whatever life, it's going to be like this. Some life may be longer, but like Brahma, they have a long life. Some people thought that it's eternal. That's why we have so many religions think the God is eternal, but they have a long life, but they still end. So, but it's still suffering. Okay, so the suffering, the thing that you can know. The only thing that you can cut or you can destroy is the craving. You can't destroy everything else. Somebody try to even destroy path, you can't destroy path either. Yeah. Because if you haven't cultivated the path, you still have to do it. This is the job that only you can do. Nobody can do for you. Even they try to stop you from the path, then eventually you have to do it, because if you don't have this, you don't realize it. This is the end of everything here when you realize nirodha. So the only thing that you can cut is the craving. That's the only thing. You can cut craving, and once for all. Otherwise, they will not be Buddha and they will not be Arahant. Okay? In the beginning, you might cut it temporarily. When you take 8 precepts, for example, okay? You want to eat, okay, you can eat only in the morning, okay? After midday, no eating. So you cut the craving for eating for at least half a day. Can you do that? Dhamma, you never do that, okay? Try it. It's not that bad. People say, oh, yeah, I'm a monk, I will be. I think this is the rule that is most easy thing. Eat once a day. It's very, very, very easy. You got all you need in the morning, right? And it's the perfect time. See, for the monk, we go for bintabat, we walk for an hour. We're hungry now, so we eat. And most people bring the best food that they have to you. So you have the best thing you have in the right time that's supposed to be having, and you have it, and that's it. In the evening, you don't need to eat. You eat and then you go to sleep. What's the point of it? So actually, being a monk is the most healthy thing that you can have. The Buddha knows exactly what he's talking about. Okay, so try. If you never try, I encourage you. I mean, you should. I hope that you have 5 precepts already. If any of you don't have 5 precepts, then go and take 5 precepts. But the one of you have 5 precepts, please try to take 8 precepts maybe once a week. I think that's a good recommendation. So because then you try to cut down this craving for sense pressure. Craving for, oh, I want this food, I want this bad. So you try at least temporarily. Okay, because if you don't try, you never learn the happiness from. Don't be slave to this craving. The craving, the fact that craving pop up in your mind doesn't mean that it belongs to you. It doesn't mean that it's you either. It's like you watch the television and, oh, I like this, and then you buy everything on screen, right? So you just let it go. You have this craving because your previous causing condition, this thing trigger your happiness in the past. It doesn't mean that you have to follow that. Actually, the freedom is not to get what you want. That's not freedom. That's the slave to craving. The freedom is to be able to not do what you don't want to do. That's a real freedom. You don't want to be a slave to this craving, but you have to cultivate the strength to be able to resist. So that's why we need the training. We need the sila, samadhi, panya. We need all of that. We need it okay to resist this. Otherwise, we will fall to this craving. It's very powerful. The sensual world is drawing you down. This thing lifts you up, but normally people will fall prey to this. How many of you fall into this thing? This a lot of problem these days. Overweight. Maybe addict to social media and all these things. So we are slave to this. We can't say no to it. We don't have any powerful mind to say no to it. So that's not real freedom. That's a slave. The freedom is you cultivate this training. Then you have the ability to say no to what you don't want. You don't want this. It brings suffering to you. Why would you want it? You just trick into ignorance because you ignore. You don't know. You don't see it clearly that this is suffering. Why do you want suffering? A lot of things in the world is because they try to sell you what you don't need, what you don't want, and you end up with a lot of things that you don't want. So the world is in trouble now because of that. So come back, okay. What exactly that we want? We don't want much. We want the 4 requisites. And we want time, we want space, we want the community support to practice, to realize this sila, samadhi, panya, to realize this nirodha. So we can have the power to let go what is not us. What is not I and me, put it down. You grasp onto it, it never brings suffering. It will burn. It's like you grasp on the fire. It depends on how long your touch it, but sooner or later it will burn your hand. You have to let go first. Okay, so this is the thing that the Buddha remind us. Okay, Kaya Vaya Dhamma Sankhara Appama Tena Sambhateta. Strive on. Yeah. The Nibbana is there. The Buddha already been there. See, when he get enlightened under the Bodhi tree, what happened? He developed the path, right? What is the function of the path? It's cut the kilesa. Okay, so when the path, the makkha, cut the kilesa, they're all gone. It's like you have a fire and the makkha is like the pot of water. So you throw the pot of water in the fire. Both pot of water and fire are extinguished. They cancel out each other. Okay, so what happened at the Bodhi tree, the night of enlightenment, is that this makkha destroy the craving. Okay, but there's still suffering there, right? I mean, Buddha still have 5 aggregates there sitting under the Bodhi tree. The Buddha doesn't disappear. So he still have suffering. He still carry this body and his mind. He used this suffering 45 years, dragging his body, going out for alms, eating every day, giving a chance for you to do the merit. But he also teach us as well. But this suffering that he have to carry for 45 years. Actually, he can parinibbana right away. Actually, that's what Mara say. Okay, please go parinibbana. Nobody gonna listen to you. But he said, no, I do this because I want to teach. I want to bring all the human beings, all the beings out of the samsara. So not until I teach the monks, nun, layman, laywoman, they understand the Dhamma, they can teach to others, then I will be ready for Nibbana. So that's why we have Samma Sambuddha. So the Buddha used his suffering, carry on his body, he bare feet, walking all around India. You know, every country, 7 countries that he walked, is all the lotus coming up. People enlighten after him. That's why we have the symbol of the baby Buddha walking and all the lotus. You know, so this is the determination of him want to teach. You know, so and he used this dukkha. And then what happened at the night of parinibbana? He put down this. Okay, so he put down this suffering, this khandha. We call parinibbana. Extinguish all this suffering. So the craving is long gone. 45 years he don't have craving, but he still have suffering that he carry on. But now it's time to put down burden. So what left? Nirodha. It's always there. It's never been anywhere, but you're not seeing. You know, the Nirodha is always there. You need the wisdom to penetrate that. So now the Buddha is just emptiness. It's just sunyata. Yeah. So the Buddha is not everywhere. It's still within all of us. We can follow him, but we have to let go of the craving. And then, I mean, if you're still alive, you still have suffering. You have to have dukkha to carry on. But at the night of die, you can put it down, and then what left is just nibbana. But you have to do this makkha first, okay? So this 3-4 training, this is the thing that the Buddha reminds us. This is the only thing that can cut the kilesa. So that's a real freedom. Freedom to not to do what you don't want. Okay, so this is the basically the Dhamma that the Buddha teach us, and it's not too difficult to understand. It's difficult to practice, but it's not difficult to understand. The Four Noble Truths very clear. The suffering, understand it, learn from it. Craving, abandon it. Don't follow the craving. It will bring suffering. The Nirodha, realize it. Every time you free from craving, you appreciate it, encourage yourself. Yeah, I'm so happy. Like you come here, you don't have to worry about all this entertainment, all the worry in the world. Appreciate that, right? So that's a small part of Nirodha. And then the 3-4 training, Noble Eightfold Path, cultivate it. This is what we are here for. This is what makes the life okay, is our practice. So this is the teaching of the Buddha that he, last word, he also mentioned this. So the Buddha is the mother pointing out of the world, getting beyond to the transcendent, to the final peace, to the end of all suffering, which enrich of us if we understand and practice his teaching. So when you see this Buddha image, it can remind you, and the Buddha is already there. He is smiling a little bit, so he wants you to follow him. This is the best map that you can get from any teacher. Every Buddha have to teach like this. No other way. It's I think this posture is very perfect. How can you teach something with just one snapshot? This is very great kind of picture of the whole truth of the world, the whole noble truth that the Buddha teaches, like the heart of Buddhism. Okay, so I want to leave this teaching of the Buddha for on this special occasion, the Mother Day. The Buddha is like the mother of us all in terms of Dhamma. We born of the Dhamma. We understand this through his teaching. So I hope that your life continue on this journey and find the final peace and follow the Buddha to the Parinibbana on all of you.